Good morning. So we drove about an hour from Split up to Krka National Park, and this is the only national park here in Croatia where you can swim in the lakes.
However, starting in 2021, swimming will no longer be allowed.
Yeah, well actually after September, swimming is not allowed just normally as well. So we barely made it, but we're about to get some tickets and then head in.
So you can hop on the shuttle bus that'll bring you down to the waterfall, or you can walk. They say it's only 800 meters, but I've read that it is definitely longer than 800 meters. So you want to get on the shuttle.
So the entrance ticket to the national park is 200 kuna. That includes the bus ride as well. So definitely recommend taking the bus because it does look a little bit longer than they say it is to hike down, and it is definitely downhill. Short bus journey down to the bottom where you walk towards the waterfall.
But now we have a 2-kilometer walk from where the bus drops you off down to Skradinsky Buk, which is the
main waterfall
famous waterfall in Krka National Park. And there are other excursions you can do within the park, but you have to pay more money.
Yeah, I didn't realize there's like these boat trips that you can take. Yeah. So it's like there's a 2-hour boat trip, and then there's a 4-hour boat trip. Apparently it's 100 or 130 kuna depending. And at this time, it runs either at 12:30 or 1 o'clock. So we'll probably just hang out at the waterfall for a while.
It's already
it's almost 11:30. Yeah. So we'll see. The way to the waterfall is you walk on these, I guess it's a raised platform. Yeah, wooden boardwalk. And certainly there are tourists here. There were quite a few cars, not quite a few, I mean there were some cars in the parking lot. So a little bit more busy. Obviously this is one of the main tourist attractions in this area around Split. So there are tourists here, but man, I was just telling Melissa, it's like in the summer when this whole boardwalk is full of people trying to walk both ways. It must be crazy.
We're here at the overlook that looks over the famous bridge in Krka National Park. To the left is Skradinsky Buk, the famous waterfall. You can see a few people in the water, but not very many. And you can only go up to where it's roped off. You can't get under the waterfall. I did read that the current is pretty strong, so it's hard to actually get up close. It's pretty. May 31st. It's September like 20th or something?
Yeah, it's the 20th.
21st. So there are only 9 more days of swimming here. We've made it onto the bridge. It's super pretty.
Time to get in the water. Check out this waterfall. Unfortunately, you can't swim all the way up to the waterfall, but it's okay. Water is a little... So if you have water shoes or something, it's really useful because actually a lot of like rocks and algae over here, so very useful. Not that many people swimming out there to the waterfall, but I'm going to try to get as close as I can. So all of this, you have to swim. Made it pretty close to the waterfall. There's actually a rock here, so pretty good. The only problem with having the water shoes was that it was impeding my swimming, so I had to go back, take them off. Well, the problem was my shoes, the soles were coming off, so they were just being annoying in the water. But yeah, this is really cool. In the very middle, there is this rock underneath the water. It actually is a good spot to kind of rest. We're swimming back and forth.
Rocks where you can sit, so half of you is in the water, and half of you is out of the water.
Well, these rocks are also very slippery. So.
Yeah, they're slippery, they're sharp, break your water. Oh, really good. I got them off of Amazon. The brand is a liter. This is my first time wearing it, but they're like sneakers.
Yeah, they look like Nike Flyknits or something.
Yeah, but they were like very cheap. They were like
20 bucks?
Yeah. It's now 1:44 and there are a ton of people on the bridge now, so...
Yeah, I guess come before noon if you want it to be a little bit more secluded. Had a wonderful time at Krka. Swam in the water for about almost 2 hours. We had a little pancake that they're selling right here.
Crate.
Oh, crate.
But they call it a pachinke.
Well, pancake, same thing. But it is now time to head out. So we're gonna go across the bridge over here and see what is on that side. I think it is a loop, hopefully I'm right. Update on the shoes. Soles are gone, but at least these sandals, they just kind of come off, but I can still walk. Yeah, they were getting annoying on the stairs. On the way back up to the bus stop area, or the main entrance area, there's a few nice views, so definitely check them out when you're heading out. So this is not recommended because the path is supposed to be one way because probably there's a lot of traffic during normal times. But if you're coming here and it's pretty low traffic or there's not that many people, right here behind me is the bus stop, right, with the information center, and then there's like a little ice cream shop. So they tell you to turn right at the ice cream shop. But if you want to have a better shortcut directly towards the waterfall, just keep walking down the road and then just follow the signs, and that's a much faster and more direct. And then you'll go down a bunch of stairs. So we drove about a little over 45 minutes to a town called Trogir from Krka, and it's actually a really nice looking small town back there. It's kind of like on an island, but now we're hungry, so we're gonna go find some food. So we're gonna explore this town another day, but since the next few days seem like they're a little bit rainy, we decided just to stop on the way back because today is good weather. This town is actually really cool. They have all this riverfront stuff like in Split. So this town is about 30 minutes from Split, but back there's like an old fortress looking thing. It's really cool.
So I'm reading a TripAdvisor review, and it says that there's seating in the back in the alley, but the pricing back there is cheaper than here by the bay because you're paying for the view.
I mean, it is pretty nice out here.
Yeah, but I've never heard of that happening, ever.
Yeah, it must be during high season because right now we ate at this pizzeria Merrick place just on the Riva or the waterfront. But as we were eating, all these yachts came. The one thing that Melissa wanted to see in Split were the super yachts because we watched Below Deck.
It's like my favorite.
Maybe we'll see them the rest of this week. And docked or moored on the side. 2 yachts, catamaran. Yeah, I think that black one back there is my favorite. This Riva is really nice because it's quiet. It doesn't have a lot of like super commercial stuff. It's just like little restaurants and stuff. And yeah, yachts.
And you can watch them, which is sometimes impressive if the yacht is big enough to see.
Yeah, because it just like swings.
Trogir is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was built by the Venetians, and it's called, not called, but I guess known also as Little Italy, and it does remind me of Venice, or sorry, Little Venice. It does remind me of Venice a little bit because it has this canal, and then that bridge reminds me a lot of Venice. So we're headed towards this fortress, and this fortress was used by the Venetians as a lookout point, I guess. Protection.
I can see why they built the city here because it's on an island, so it's much more defendable. So yeah, this little piece of land that the old town sits on is kind of on its own island. Had a quick little stroll here in the old part of Trogir. It's actually pretty interesting, but small. A bunch of shops and restaurants and stuff like that. But it's pretty interesting. It's definitely similar to Split. It's just these little tiny alleyways. And it actually has a lot of character. But you probably only need like an hour or two here in Trogir.
We don't know where we're going, so we're just walking around. And eventually we'll find our way out of this maze.
This black one is the one I would have. Really like that really cool black sleek look to it. With that, we are now headed back to Split. And that is the end of today's video. So thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed the video. Here in Croatia, we have quite a few more days here in Croatia. So if you want to follow along with our journey, hit that subscribe button and give us a like. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm and all this stuff. So yeah, so we get to share our adventures with more people. All right, see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
A few moments later.
With travel, there's always some type of mishap. And unfortunately, we ran into a little bit of an issue just now.
A big issue.
We're pretty much back to Split. And I told Melissa, hey, let's just go get some gas because inside the city center is probably harder to get gas. And we just pulled off the highway a little bit at this gas station, try to get gas because we were pretty low and I didn't want to deal with it while we're going on the ferries and all this stuff. The story begins in Dubrovnik airport at the rental car company. The guy was very adamant about telling me that the car is a diesel. Come out here, right here, on the outside of the gas cap, obviously it says Euro diesel. Unfortunately, I get up to fill the gas and I was having trouble putting in the nozzle. And so I was like, hey Melissa, can you come check this out? I'm not sure what's going on. She couldn't figure it out either. Melissa went and called the attendant to come out and help us out. And she's like, okay, this is weird, but okay, no problem. So she proceeds to make it work, kind of jerry-rigged it to make it work, and it was filling, albeit very slowly. And then eventually another guy came out and was like, hey, what's going on? Because he was just curious. Well, the other lady called him out. I was like, hey, can you come check this out? We were just all very confused. Long story short, this car is not a diesel because if you come pull this out right here, it says E5 and E10. On here, so diesel has B7, right? This is diesel. And here, the gas is E5. So we had a gas car. So unfortunately, the rental car company, we had to call them up and they're gonna have to send a new car for us because obviously that is a really bad situation to be in. We filled it up probably halfway, so it's not that we just filled it up with a little bit, because if you filled it up with a little bit of diesel, you could probably still overcome it by filling the rest with regular gas. It's not the best for the engine, but you can still do it. Right now, we are just waiting. The guys at this gas station were super, super helpful to be able to call for us. And actually, I personally called myself and they were able to try to send the car. They said a few minutes, so I'm not sure what a few minutes is. We pushed the car over here. Obviously, we didn't want to start the car. And so Melissa and I are just kind of gonna wait, but another story to tell in the future.
No, this is the biggest travel mishap we've ever had, I would say.
Yeah. but it's not, honestly, it wasn't our fault because the guy
It's
was
not.
like very, very specific, and the car outside the gas cap says diesel. So anyway, so that's what's going on.
But you know what's funny about this is we don't normally turn on our cell service, and but for this trip, I was like, hey, Alan, I think you need to activate international cell service. And so he did, and he was able to use his phone. I mean, it wouldn't have been a big deal because I think ultimately the guy at the gas station or someone here would have called for us or helped us call.
Good thing is, the replacement car showed up in about 5-7 minutes. So excellent service, 6. So he was very apologetic. He was saying, hey, you know, the guy probably told you it was a diesel because pretty much their entire fleet of SUVs are all diesel. Doesn't mean that it was correctly labeled, but the good thing is they didn't give us any trouble. They just wanted us to fill out a little incident report and everything, so it should be pretty easy. They filled up the gas and he's paying for the gas, and he'll bring the vehicle here for us to switch vehicles and everything. But 6th, at least the service is pretty good when you have an issue. So there he is now. So let's go get switched up.
All right. Buy fake diesel car.
Melissa, which kind of gas do we need for this one?
This one does not say on the outside, but it says diesel on the inside. So
See, this is actually diesel.
Okay.
For sure.